Hi, everyone. We'll call this meeting to order. This is the Auburn School Committee meeting for April 26, 2023. This meeting is being conducted both in person and remotely, consistent with Chapter 107 of the Acts of 2022. For the public to join the meeting remotely through Zoom, please use the link posted on the agenda on the town's website. All supporting materials that have been provided to members of this body is available on the town's website. The public is encouraged to follow along using the posted agenda. Please note that this meeting is being recorded by Auburn Cable Television. Thank you. And stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Brooke, would you like to read our vision? Thank you.
Our vision. The vision of the Auburn Public Schools is to educate and prepare students for the opportunities and challenges of a changing world. Our commitment. We will create, maintain, and support an environment that fosters a sense of belonging for all students in our schools, respecting race, color, sex, religion, national origin, sexual orientation, gender identity, homelessness, poverty, spoken language, and ability.
Okay, thank you. And do we have any citizens here to comment? Well, seeing none, we'll move on to special recognitions.
Excellent. Thank you, Madam Chair. We actually have two special recognitions tonight. One is somewhat sad, and one will be shared with great gratitude. The first I would like to share is Don Cavell passed away on April 16th, 2023, after a long battle with multiple myeloma. Don served as an Auburn High School custodian from 2004 until he retired in 2019. Don was born in Worcester and raised and educated in Northborough. He was a graduate of Algonquin Regional High School, attended Northeastern University in Boston, and received his bachelor's degree from Worcester State University. Don was an avid swimmer and piano player. He loved hunting, gardening, playing sports, and doing home improvement projects. Most of all, loved being with his family and spending time with his wife and pet, Gracie Rose. We thank Don for his service to the Auburn Public Schools, and if we could please give him a moment of silence. Thank you. And now I share another special recognition, Madam Chair. Many of you here may not know, and hopefully we have some folks out there watching, but Gail Holloway, a member of our current school committee, has been a member of the Auburn Public School community for over 50 years. Gail began her time in Auburn in September of 1969 as a grade 6 teacher, where she taught social studies, reading, math, and science. Over the course of her career, she was assigned to work at Packagug School, Julia Bancroft School, Mary D. Stone School, Auburn Middle School, and right here at the Randall School. She also served as president of the Teachers Union. She was a team leader and a National Honor Society advisor. Gail became a member of the Auburn Public Schools School Committee on May 21st, 2014. During her time on the committee, Gail has been a champion in support of our students and staff, always putting the needs of our students first. This is the last formal school committee meeting for Gail, and we thank her for her over 50 years of service that she has dedicated to the students and staff of the Auburn Public Schools. Nelson Mandela said, "History will judge us by the difference we make in the lives of children." If that is true, Gail, and we believe that it is, you have made a remarkable difference in the lives of the children of the Auburn Public Schools, and we'd like to say thank you.
Thank you for that. You mixed me up in your
We have a little couple of things to share in appreciation.
Oh, my goodness.
You don't have to.
We don't want you to forget us, Gail.
Okay. I'm only a phone call away. I can't get to the bottom of this. Is this a trick?
It's not a trick.
There it is.
Pull it out.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, my name too. Oh, wow.
So hopefully you'll think of us and keep it, and,
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm gonna get a quick picture. Stay right there, hold that back up.
I have some Auburn sweatshirts I wear when I'm dog walking, but this will make it really official.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Very nice.
thank you. And when I get even older and can't remember my name, I can just look.
Thank you, Gail.
Yeah, Gail.
Thank you so much.
You have served us well.
It's been my pleasure. I've enjoyed every minute of it. I really have. And I see the invitation the other day for a meet with the new teachers that want to young people that want to be teachers, and it's like, if that's what you want to do, go for it, because it made me happy for 50 years. I mean, I just loved it.
There you go.
And I love seeing the students I taught and hearing how they're doing, and it's a real special opportunity to affect the lives of so many people.
It is, and we appreciate all of that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, we will miss you.
Yeah.
You've had some great stories, especially the blueberry and nylon story. People can go back and Google or whatever. But you've had a lot of great insights
I
too.
did think about that when that bag came. I said, "Oh, what if there's blueberries at the bottom of this?" I told them a story. We'll make it very quick. When I went with my nieces and nephews bike riding out to Purgatory, and we found blueberries, and they wanted to bring them home, but we didn't have any containers, so I took my socks off. I took my socks, and they filled them with blueberries. And when I told that story, Judge Scobie didn't believe me. It was true. I was a Girl Scout. You know, you got to be able to use things.
That's right.
Flexibility is key.
That's right. That's funny. Okay, well, Gail, we will miss you. I'm sure we have more
Thank you.
wonderful things
Wow.
to say about you later, but
Okay.
yes, definitely.
Wow, thank you. I'm gonna need help getting out to my car with all this stuff.
We'll get you there.
Definitely will. All right. Let's see. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes from April 5th, 2023?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from April 5th, 2023.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye is a vote. And we'll move on to the student representatives report. Ally, we have you tonight.
Hi.
Hi.
So there's a lot going on right now with us in the middle of the third trimester and for seniors almost finishing up the school year. So the Friday prior to April vacation, the International Club held a festival. So students of the different cultures read poetry, there was singing, and then booths to represent different cultures, and then some also food samples. So that was a nice event for all the students to participate in and just get a wide variety of students involved. And then now that we're back to school after break, it's going to be a tough couple of weeks for a lot of students with APs because AP exams start next Monday, May 1st, and then will continue until May 12th. So a lot of students in AP classes have spent this week preparing and studying to get ready for their exams. Additionally, next weekend we have our prom for our juniors and seniors. So tickets were sold the week prior to April break, and students are getting ready for prom the next weekend. So that's another exciting event. This morning, this morning, the Rockers of the Week breakfast was held for students who were nominated by their teachers for simple acts of kindness or different things that they did to be recognized. So that breakfast was held this morning. And finally, this Friday, the NHS will have a field trip to Level 99. So it's a fun event for all of the students in NHS that are going.
Great. Well, a lot of stuff. You guys are wrapping up the year, which is exciting.
Yeah.
Do we have any?
believe we're already at that point.
Right. Yeah, it went by quickly. Any questions or comments from the board?
You know, just enjoy this last little part you got left.
It's gonna go quickly, Ally.
Also, I forgot to mention for seniors, decision day for colleges is May 1st. So lots of seniors are figuring out their college decisions or future plans. So just an exciting time for all of us. And then we have lots of events planned throughout the next course of the month to commemorate our 4 years at Auburn High School.
Well, that's
I've
great.
been enjoying watching everyone
Yeah, I
announce
posted
where
it
they're
on
going.
Facebook, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you decide, Ellie, what you're gonna do?
Yes. I'm attending the University of Florida.
Good for you. Oh.
Sorry,
You got you.
for a second.
Do you know what you'll major in?
Yeah, I'm gonna major in health sciences on a pre-med track.
That's
So I'm gonna be a PhD.
for you.
Excellent.
Great, congratulations.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, good luck with that. We are very excited, and we'll see you again before the end of the year, I'm sure, so, all right.
Yeah.
Great.
Thanks, Ally.
Great,
Thank you,
Ally.
Thank you. Have a great night.
You too. Okay, move on to the attendance report.
All right, as we begin each meeting, now is our time for our spotlight on students. This evening, we have students from the Auburn High School JV freshman math team who won first place in their division recently. They competed against 7 other schools. And so I'm going to let them introduce themselves and maybe just talk a minute about the experience, and they're here with Ms. Healy from the high school. You have to go through, yeah. That's okay, you can stand up even if you're not speaking.
So I'm Lisa Healy. I've been teaching at the high school for 15 years. I've been the freshman JV math coach for, I believe, 12 years. I have a really hardworking group of students. It's actually amazing that I have so many this year. I had 17 students participate in math team who came to my room tirelessly during the week, during activity periods. We actually had so much fun. They wanted to have a party. We had a party in my classroom after school yesterday. They are a very united group. I'm very, very proud of them. They worked hard against some other really tough schools, and they have a little bit prepared to tell you about what the whole process is about and how much fun we had. This is Lena.
As Miss Healy was saying, our meetings were pretty informal. We'd meet in her room. She'd give us material from past meets, and we'd go over that. And even though we'd went over it, when you go to the meet, you have to expect a lot of harder material there. But even then, she prepares really well.
Ooh, it's okay.
So how it worked is So how it worked is individually each person had the opportunity to participate per meet in 4 different rounds, but you could opt out of one round to cater to your own abilities. So if you found that one certain set of skills was harder for you, you could opt out of it, and that was really helpful in helping everyone get better scores and perform better overall. Based upon those selections, teams were created around, I think they're balanced around each person opted out of a different thing. But even if you didn't know the people very well on your team, if they aren't someone you'd normally seek out to talk to, in those, 10 minutes you had to do the problems, you really did feel like a team, even if you didn't know them. If it was your first opportunity meeting them, it was great to work together, even if it wasn't a person you normally seek out.
Excellent. Good skill to learn.
As Tucker was saying, there is 10 problems for 4 rounds, and we got to, as Tucker was saying, off out of one of them. Though there was 3 questions for each of the rounds. The third question for one of all the rounds, the points got higher. For the first question, it would be 1 point, second 2, and third 3. You would get 10 minutes to do the whole paper. Yeah.
So one of those fun things about the whole meet was probably the team round for me, because the individual rounds you have 10 minutes to do a bunch of really hard problems, and there was 3 problems. The first one was worth 1 point, and it was sort of easy. The second one was worth 2 points, sort of harder. The third one was worth 3 points, and there's 3 rounds you compete in, so it's 18 points overall to score per meet. But then the team meet rounds, there's we're sorted into 3 or 4 groups between all of us, and so those of us sort of got to work together, and people would be like, oh, you do that question, well, I do this question. So it's much more not relaxed, but stress-free than the other ones, because you have the help of other people. There was this other thing we would do where some of the teams in the higher divisions would sometimes score a little bit higher than us at some points just because they're in the higher division. And they would go, yeah, after every single question. And so then we decided that we would also go, yeah, after every single question, even if we didn't get it, just to make ourselves feel a little bit better about what we were doing.
Yeah.
Self-affirmation, that goes a long way.
Yeah.
That's great, that's great.
Okay, I just want to point out also, Tucker is holding a plaque that we just got today. I came from the math coaches meeting at Auburn High School about an hour ago, and we were awarded that. It will go on our wall in the math hall. And also, Caitlin is here, and he's going to share with you what some of our problems look like if you want to just see how hard the math is. Some of it's in our curriculum, some of it is not in our curriculum.
Us do them, are you? We're not eating time.
I suppose we can use calculators.
No.
No calculator allowed.
Well,
I think I can do number two.
So.
I don't remember the polynomial.
Yeah, no.
I hate to admit that I had to stop helping my kids with their math homework in about 4th grade.
Not surprised. That's scary.
Especially the new math, but.
So are these the questions they get 10 minutes on, or?
That's one sample of one round, so 3 questions in 10 minutes. They do those individually. They're not even allowed to sit at the same table as anyone from our school. They can only sit together during the team round.
Wow.
So we were lucky enough to host at Auburn High School 2 out of 3 of our meets. So we had some practice time upstairs in my room, and it was fun to host. I had a lot of help from Mr. Young, who coaches the varsity math team as well. I really couldn't have done it without his help too. So that was fun. It was kind of good to be on home turf. Right? And when the varsity kids had their meets, I gotta say, these kids plus a lot of the others from the team volunteered to help at the varsity meets, setting up, passing out scrap paper, doing like all the behind the scenes stuff. So they not only just did math team work for their math team, they volunteered for varsity too. So a lot of good reasons to be proud of them.
Yeah, really good for you guys. Congratulations.
Very impressive.
It sounds like you've learned a lot more than just math in this process. Because I will tell you, that kind of teamwork and that cheering one another on, those 2 qualities will go a long way in your life.
Yeah.
Cheer other people on, right, and have confidence in yourself. So nicely done, nicely done.
We would like a math lesson later.
Oh, yeah, can you come around with the plaque, and maybe you could all kind of come through, we could shake hands?
Yeah.
Would that be okay?
Through the chair, so no calculators the whole time?
No.
You can't really put X and Y into a calculator.
I
Yeah.
don't remember the why.
I don't remember anything of those.
I made it to AP Calc in college, and then I couldn't rotate 3D objects around a 1D plane, and that was it. That was beyond my brain span.
Yeah, come on up and shake hands with everyone.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you,
It's
sweetheart.
good to see you.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
That's a lot.
Congratulations. We appreciate it.
Thank you guys for being so honest.
Thanks for all you've done.
Thank you.
Great job.
Congratulations. It's nice to be part of a winning team. Thank you.
Oh, that's
Excellent job. Awesome.
Guys, nice to see you. Wow. Nicely done. I'm not doing that. Not tonight.
Nice job.
Congratulations. It's nice to be part of a winning team.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. Congratulations.
Thanks, Mother.
I don't think we understand the answer.
I'm almost positive I can do number 2. I may be able to do number 2.
They need to take that with them. They have to pick that up.
Very nice.
Yeah, there's a hefty list of schools here.
Yeah.
That's impressive. Yeah. Wow.
And the great number of kids involved.
Yeah. Yeah. They represent Auburn well.
I really wanted the answers.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I think I might be able to do number 2, maybe.
Okay, good. I haven't seen this in a long time.
So when my 5th grader complains about her math homework.
Yeah. Well,
But I'm gonna have to Google what some of these terms mean, and then I might be able to figure it out. Maybe.
yeah. All right. Oh, thank you, Cecilia. Great job by all of them. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Okay, next thing, I just wanted to mention while we have the opportunity, as many of you know from my relentless email, Anxious Nation is a movie that will be shown tomorrow evening at Auburn High School from 6 to 8 p.m. in the auditorium. The video chronicles and talks about the impact of anxiety on our kids today, not only in their social spheres, but into their academics, and how it can really impact their life, along with some ideas for what we can do to help as families and as caregivers. So just another offering to have people come. Mr. Walton's put a tremendous amount of effort into organizing this and getting this ready. So we hope that we see lots of families there. So that was just another plug for that event tomorrow evening. And students in grades 8 through 12 are also encouraged to attend. It's a little bit too much, we think, for younger students, but those students, it would be completely appropriate.
Is there an opportunity after this date to see it again if someone can't make it?
It's actually going to be going public shortly. We're getting a previewing.
Nice.
So it will be out. I don't know that we'll show it in the schools again another time.
Yeah.
But yes,
Received in the schools? Do you feel?
the video?
Yeah.
Oh, they've not seen it.
Oh, they have not
Nope,
seen it. I
This
thought
is
you
the
said
first
they-
showing tomorrow
okay.
night.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep,
All right,
yep,
all right.
This is the first showing.
Okay, great. Well, you know what? It's free and
It is free.
that's an awesome advantage for parents, I think, so.
think so. I mean, the news has been horrible. People go to the wrong door and get shot, and it's like our country's gone crazy. So I'm sure this would be very helpful for people.
Yeah, anxiety.
Especially after COVID and the kids being remote and coming back in and trying to get back to that normalcy. And I know we've said it a million times, but it's going to take years for us to get back to
Yeah.
that point. So this is a great opportunity for them.
And from a teacher's perspective, we're definitely seeing a higher anxiety amongst students and, you know, like, I think that the students it's spending for some of these kids, spending almost 2 years like out of a normal school setting has really affected them. And I think we're on the right path and we're trying to make sure we have enough, you know, guidance counselors and things like that. But across the country, like some schools just are not prepared, so.
And we're helping the parents, obviously, maneuver this. So it's-
Exactly, exactly.
All right, well, I'll try and be there for sure.
Yeah, we're trying to.
All righty. So we will move on to unfinished business.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And the first item up are the residency requirements. This is a revision of the policy that we have in place. We discussed this at the last meeting related to what we will accept as a proof of residency. At the last meeting, it was suggested that we add also official closing paperwork from the purchase of a home. So that's been added to category A, number 3. The rest remains the same. I welcome any questions. We are hoping very soon to be rolling out our returning student registration process, which this will definitely impact what people can provide to us to prove residency. So I don't know if anyone has any additional questions or thoughts about this.
Anybody have anything else to add or comment on? Nope, seeing none, looks good.
Madam Chair, if I could ask, and this is the will of the committee, if it's possible to vote on this evening, or if we need to move it to a third read, it would allow us, if there are no other questions or concerns about it, that we could move forward with making this a public document, so folks know what we would now accept.
Yeah, I think we're in a time crunch a little bit too, so. Is everyone okay with skipping the third reading? Okay.
I just have one question. So utility bill number 1, we cross it out and we're just making it a bit more specific under number 3?
Correct.
Okay.
We spelled out exactly what we
The
mean
utility,
by a
okay.
utility bill. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I'm fine with moving on.
Okay. All right, I'll seek a motion to approve this policy as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve the school admissions policy as presented.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. The next item under unfinished business, I just wanted to give you a brief update. I had another meeting with the district safety team, which includes folks from the police department, fire department, and the school. We have these on a monthly basis, and I just wanted to say thank you to all those folks, police, fire, building inspector, Joe Fahey, for the ongoing insight that they provide. This most recent discussion was about the swatting incidents that many schools and other, businesses have experienced over the last probably 4 to 6 months, and how to best address that. And we did do some revision of some of our strategies related to those types of threats in collaboration with them, and some of that's been rolled out to the secretaries, who are really our first line of defense, unfortunately, for some of those things, and we're looking at some technological tweaks that can also help us in that regard. So just thankful for that committee, and I just want folks to know that not only the district committee, but the school-based safety teams are very active, meet regularly, and that has not fallen off our radar at all, that we need to maintain safety and stay on top of those things. So just a bit of an update.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. Okay, we'll move on to new business.
Thank you. So new business this evening has to do with our Auburn High School Program of Studies. In your packet, you'll find, we don't present the whole program of studies, just the changes that are offered. We have Mr. DeLongchamp, the principal of Auburn High School here. If you'd like to come up and say a few words about what you might find here, and then if you have any questions, you can entertain those.
Good evening. Is that too loud?
No, you're fine.
So it seems really, really loud from this point. Before I get started, Gail, I just wanted to congratulate you, thank you on a beautiful career. To touch so many lives and have the impact you've had is truly remarkable, and we're lucky. 3 years ago was when I first started. You were one of the very first people to welcome me, and it was so appreciated coming from feeling a little alone in a brand new place. So I want to thank you.
Thank you. I've had fun. I really have. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Enjoyed you.
That's right.
So I'm just going to offer a little bit of insight to these classes. What I can say is, what I'm going to share with you tonight, there's some things that I think were some of my favorites too, or at least topics that I would be interested in even myself as an adult. And I know our students are truly excited about some of these things too. The first thing is more just programmatically, we decided to stay with 3 trimesters of English and math for our freshmen. We're still, and I don't want to go climb into the pandemic and anything like that, but we still feel like there's some gaps, and we feel like the greater reinforcement that we can give them with having English and math for the entire year just builds a better background knowledge to set them up for success in the future. So we're going to stick with 1 more year and then reevaluate to see how our students are doing. But we have seen gains and benefits from having the students with our teachers for all 3 trimesters. Math, I know that you're looking at that space age graphic if you have my packet, and I know you're sitting there saying, wow, look at that, how am I supposed to read that? And that's just that pathway. The colors break down the years, and then it tells you the different directions. We're constantly updating and revising and trying to figure out, new courses that are more reflective of today. At the same time, while making sure that obviously freshman and sophomore year, there's certain classes we need for just MCAS readiness, right? So after sophomore year, then kids can go in different directions depending on whatever their track is. So that's what you see there. And I know that I'm looking at some of your faces saying, wow, look at that.
I love the options that are here, actually.
Yeah, it's some nice options.
It's very nice, right?
One class that there's notes about personal finance. It's not that we're not offering personal finance, because I do find it, especially in today's day and age, super beneficial. We're just covering those topics in other classes. So we just took it off the math team and we moved it in different directions. In English language arts, we are constantly changing out the electives because we find that after a certain point in time, all of the kids take our classes. So you need to kind of move things around, and then you might see low numbers in certain areas of classes. So we're always trying to go back and see or add brand new things. Both women's lit and Gothic literature were taken from the past, but we're trying to put new spins on them. So for example, with Gothic literature, you guys remember maybe reading the classics, Frankenstein and Dracula, and highlighting those. Now we're doing some compare and contrast to today's Gothic literature is much, much different. Just even today's horror theme is much, much different from the classics. And our kids have a lot of commentary, and it's nice to hear the compare of what truly set up everything for what we see today, even. So that's the focus of that particular class. And Women's Lit is literature written and about women from the 1800s to today. Ms. Late, the department chair for the English department, she's reviewing literature, trying to find relevant, meaningful, worthy text that kids really want to climb into. We're trying to, we find that kids don't maybe read as much because of the cell phone use, right? It's just one of those things, and there's only so much time in a day. So the more meaningful we can find with materials, the better chance we have of catching their interest. So she's in the process now of modifying and adding a little bit to the particular class. Fine arts, this is a class I wish I had because I just don't have a lot of talent in music. But this is, what they're trying to do is gather more interest in, with music-related courses. And we have a lot of students that play instruments at home that sometimes don't share and express that to us. And we find out later on through high school that, hey, they play the guitar or they play the piano. So it's students having the option to bring in some of their talent into the classroom. So I'm pretty excited to see where that goes and to see if it generates interest and if it increases and helps increase our band and chorus participation.
Awesome.
Again, things I have no talent in. But this next class, as I was looking at it, I'm like, wow, do I need this class? Weight training and flexibility. And again, I think that the healthiest people are those people who are taking care of themselves. You don't need to look like a bodybuilder, but like understanding like proper nutrition, proper sleep, and how it impacts like even how we perform in our day, whether you're a principal or a student or any other occupation. So there's a lot of focus that Mr. Pratt, our department chair, has put on trying to come up with a real meaningful experience that our students can take and utilize after high school. So that's that particular class. These next classes, again, these were near and dear to me because I was part of, and Gail, you might remember Ray Bodwin. So Ray Bodwin was my television production teacher, and I was the class that had the very first video yearbook. I didn't know that I was in a bookcase somewhere with a picture, but evidently I am. As you guys all know, we have a beautiful studio. And over the last few years, we just had some challenges because of some of the obstacles we've had. Well, Mr. Scott has done a remarkable job really being able to get it up and operational again. And we're almost there. And as we go forward next year, we're going to be offering a couple of great classes. One's going to be sports broadcasting. We surveyed kids, and they really were interested in sports journalism. We have students who are pursuing that post-high school, and just because of the interest in what they see on TV, it's much more than just ESPN, right? And there's so many topics, whether it's sports coverage, it's race and gender, hero worship, ethics and what sports journalists do. And we got so lucky when we found, I thought it was going to be truly challenging to find a replacement for Mr. Bergman because of how talented he was. And we got lucky finding Mr. Scott with all of his years of experience. So we're going to utilize that to its fullest with this particular course. And our hope is we can actually have some broadcasts out that we can share out to our community during the school day. The other class is television broadcasting. And this is going to be run like a professionally oriented media course. So we're gonna have students interviewing people from the community, from our school community, from our school district about interesting, powerful, modern topics that are relevant to kids. So I'm super excited to see where this goes. I know that we have students who are also pursuing these areas, and with this wonderful studio that we have, and with all the tools that we need, the sky should be the limit there too. And I'm realizing I'm looking at my picture on the screen right now, and it's kind of, I see myself there, and I see myself here. Only one more left. With social studies. We've offered world history, we offer world history, but now this is an AP history, world history class. So it's everything that our world history class offers, but it's 3 trimesters. Obviously, it's got a greater rigor. It's probably a faster paced, research driven, a lot of conversation, participation within the class. So you have to come doing your homework. And I don't mean like your book homework, but you got to come prepared to class to be able to stay up with the class. And we were happy that we were able to offer it next year. We have the numbers to be able to support that class. So
That's great.
that is all for this. Any questions?
Changes. Anyone have any questions or comments?
I was just wondering, with like TV broadcasting, do you have more students that want it than space in the class?
Right now, we're able to cover and get all of our students into the sections. So, and because the studio is rather large, so we can have groups up to 18, which is just about the point. Because to produce something, you need to have the people like behind the scenes right back here. You have to have them. You need the talent, and then you need the people that are writing scripts, doing research. So, and then it rotates. So all the kids have all those experiences.
Great.
So we're okay right now.
I do want to say too, Mr. Scott has done a remarkable job getting that facility back in action.
Yeah.
It's amazing what he's done in there as far as cleaning out some old things and refreshing it. It's amazing. So I think we're going to see some great things come out of there.
So would a student take that class all year, or is it just for a trimester?
We take trimester courses. Yeah. At least right now, we're going to take trimester classes. Those are 2 new ones. We have other television production classes as well that he's currently doing. We want to thank Chris too. Chris has done a great job helping us out. Not everybody can understand where all those wires go. I certainly can't. So thank you, Chris. We greatly appreciate it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I had the same question actually as Gail. I remember pre-COVID, those topics, those classes were just bursting at the seams, and then it seemed like it kind of trickled off. But now to see it come back, and it's a relief to hear that now, the kids interested can actually participate.
Yeah.
There was a problem.
Through the chair, I couldn't get into it when I was.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I still remember that, but I think it's great. I look at the sports broadcasting and think of my middle one who wants to be an MLB sports star,
Oh.
so this could be an option to get the broadcasting.
And I have a 21-year-old that I think would absolutely have loved those classes. And we just didn't offer him when we were in my past world when he was in school. So he would have been somebody that I think he would have just dove in and would have loved it. So.
Great. And public broadcasting is, this was so nerve-wracking for me. It's a great skill for kids to learn as soon as possible, and even interviewing people and stuff like that. So,
Great.
good stuff. I'm very excited.
Thank you.
It's great.
You guys have a good night.
You as well. Thank you. Do we have to vote?
We do.
Okay.
We'll vote to accept this?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to accept the proposed alterations to the AHS Program of Studies for 2023-2024.
A second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The vote.
There's a vote, Mr. DeLongchamp.
Great.
You're free to go. Thanks, Dan.
Thanks for
Thanks,
sticking
have a good
around.
night.
Have a good night.
Yep.
All right, the next section, as you know, we're trying to go through our entire policy book. So you have 3 policy updates. This is a first reading for changes in Section A. We're only on Section A, and in another couple of weeks, we'll do Section B. And then we're going to go back and we'll keep going. But it is a good time to fill this. So honestly, none of these are sweeping, big changes. Some of them are very, very minor changes. But you'll have time to look at this between now and the next couple of meetings to see if there's any questions you have.
There is a spelling mistake on page 1. Where it says free forma. First paragraph,
It's a very professional word.
forma. It says the Auburn School Committee and the Auburn Public Schools are committed to maintaining an educational and work environment for all school
free
committee
from.
members. That is free forma, yeah, free from all forms.
Very good.
And then the second paragraph, sorry. Is it supposed to be deny the benefits of the Auburn Public Schools from or otherwise discriminate, or form? It actually doesn't make sense, but
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's
We'll look at
four?
that.
Is it
Well,
four?
yeah, we'll look at it. These are not our changes. These are changes from MASC.
Okay.
So we will look and see what's there.
Just making sure. Those are the two that I saw.
Okay.
That's the teacher in her.
Yes.
Always check.
correcting.
I just saw it. I was like, oop.
If you happen to find any more, just, email them over.
Yeah, send them over to Mandy. Yep.
Circle
Good luck,
the red.
Mandy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Lucky you.
It's all right. Kidding. All righty.
Okay. Another just informational topic, this I've sent out a couple of times, but wanting to make it more public. Anyone with Mass Health through the COVID-19 times, Mass Health automatically renewed for folks. Well, it's not going to do that now. So over the course of the next year, anyone with Mass Health does have to go in and actually renew. And they want to do that because once coverage lapses, we all know it's very difficult to get coverage reestablished. So we'll continue to send this information out to our families, but I thought it was a good time just to bring it up at this meeting for anyone who might be watching. They should have received something in the mail. I've sent out several links to ways that they can go in and ways they can find out about their renewal, and we'll continue to do so. Just wanted to share that in another format.
Is it on your weekly or bi-weekly?
I don't put it out every week, but I've been trying to do like every other week
Yeah.
to kind of catch some other folks. So it'll keep going out and it'll go in the monthly notice as well.
Perfect. Great. Thank you.
The next item is historically, school committee has met prior to the town meeting at Auburn High School for any last changes to warrants. We don't have any big changes in any of our warrants this time or related to budget. But with it taking place next week, I don't know if we need a meeting, and normally we vote if whether or not we're going to hold a meeting prior to town meeting. So I put that to the committee, whether to meet or not to meet prior to the town meeting. It says Tuesday, May 3rd, that should say the 2nd, right?
It should say the second, yeah.
It's Tuesday, May 2nd.
What do you guys think?
I don't think there's a need to.
I have nothing really.
Mr. Contractor.
Yeah, I'm hoping to button it up tonight,
I
so.
think we're good.
All right.
Well, we don't want to meet.
There you go. There you go.
There you go. He's like.
So I'll make a motion to not meet prior to the town meeting on Tuesday, May 2nd, 2023, for purposes of last-minute reviews of warrant articles and budget.
She's good.
I'll
You're-
second.
Sorry. You know it. You're like proofreader.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Aye. Okay, no vote. So Gail, you're officially off the hook.
All right.
It's officially the last meeting.
That's
tonight.
it.
That's right. Official.
Yep.
We call you and ask questions.
Yeah.
Anytime.
And just thankful for our team. So this is a big time of year, right, where we're all giving thanks for lots of things, I think. And as it's crazy, but before you know it, the end of the school year will be here. So this list below doesn't include everyone, and I want to thank our central office administrators and staff, our custodians, instructional support day, natural teachers assistant, teacher assistant day, and just put out some dates for folks to know about. But we are, I think, unique in a lot of ways with the team that we have here in the Auburn Public Schools. This evening I had to reach a teacher at Packagug and was able to do so quite easily. Minor thing, right? But that just speaks to the level of teamwork, right? Might just be a little thing, but when you need somebody, they're there to step in. And our collaboration with the town and the work that all of our staff does every day. I just thought it was an appropriate time to just stop and acknowledge some of those times where we can say thank you to people, so.
It's very important. They play a huge role in our children's lives, so it's,
It's everybody rowing together that makes the ship go, right? It's everybody.
great staff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, awesome staff.
Okay. We'll move on to teaching and learning report.
Thank you. Yes, Mr. Keller could not be here this evening, but we have talked about bullying and the impact it has on kids many, many times. And so we are collaborating with Megan McCoy, who is from MARC, Massachusetts Reduction, well, I'm not going to remember what it stands for, Violence Reduction or Bullying Reduction out of Bridgewater State. So she did do a presentation for over 30 family members that joined. It was held via Zoom, and then shared out some things that we can do as adults, right, to kind of minimize that. And all of those options are here bulleted in this agenda. But really, it is about helping our kids to become resilient, right? Increasing our face-to-face time and getting off the social media as much as we can. Being aware to signs of anxiety or depression, changes in behavior, those kind of things. And when we get back to social media, modeling how to do it right, you know? Social media doesn't tell you that you're a good person, right? You have to have your own worth. And if you have your own worth, then anything anyone says won't bother you, right? And we have to teach kids that it isn't about getting validation from others. It's about having confidence in yourself and a belief in who you are as a person. And all of that can help. And it's very, very complicated. But now, beginning tomorrow, over the next 3 weeks, she'll be presenting to our kids as well. And so we're already looking forward to the fall, that we do the same kickoff again in the fall and in the spring each year. What we find is that we need it in the fall for when kids are in school, and we need it in the spring for when kids are going to be home in the summer. This past year, we had a couple of incidents that happened over the summer that were unfortunate, happened over social media, had nothing to do with in school, but kind of bled into school because now the kids were coming back. And so we had to work with those families. So hopefully this will help, and there'll be more to come on that. We're doing lots of work around supporting kids. So this is just another great way to keep it on the forefront, that we keep kids safe.
It is important. I have a 13 and a 16-year-old, both girls, and they'll be in a mood, and then they'll get on social media, and whatever they see or hear dictates their next mood from there. So, I mean, it can plummet, or all of a sudden it's, everything's great. So I've been trying to teach them, it's really none of your business what other people think of you, So,
That's a big lesson to teach,
Yes.
I've noticed.
Yeah.
Our daughters are pretty much very close in the same age, and I struggle with the same thing.
Yeah.
And I keep just saying, it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks
Right.
of you, what they write about you. You just remember to be kind.
Yep, it's none of your business what they think.
Nope.
Just think about yourself.
Yeah, and it's about what you think about yourself. That's what really matters, right? Who you think you are and who you want to be, and how you want to present yourself. So,
And coming from a time where we didn't have social media and I was bullied in school, I could go home and escape that. And then I can't imagine what some kids do go through when they can't unplug from that. And so I think it's really important that we teach our kids to take a step back. You don't need to be plugged in to everything going on, and you just need to be aware, if you don't, I tell my students all the time, if you don't like someone, you don't have to be around them, or vice versa. If they don't like you, they don't have to be around you. But with social media, they're everywhere all the time.
yeah,
So,
That's where the cruelty comes in.
yeah.
The social media can be relentless.
yeah. So more to come, but we're going to stay at it.
Awesome.
All right,
Stay
good.
at it.
Right in the fight.
And Mr. Keller also did put in your packet, you asked for each monthly newsletter, so he did leave you a copy of that as well.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay?
Great.
Did Mr. Keller run in the Boston Marathon? Is that what the Boston Marathon maybe?
No?
I'm reading it wrong.
I think he was likening the year to a marathon.
Yeah, no, he did not. Ask him about that, though.
Good for him, I get tired clapping.
With you, Megan. Okay, well, on that note, Meg. Sorry. We will move on to financials.
Exciting move with business, right?
Yeah.
I have a very short report for you tonight.
Without you, we wouldn't exist.
Right.
Say that again.
I provided in your packet a year-to-date budget report for dated April 19th, 2023 for your review. And in addition to that, I provided a listing of budget transfers, also dated April 19th, between the same series for your information and between different series for which I'm seeking your approval. So if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer, or
Any questions? Seek approval to accept.
I'll make a motion to approve the list of transfers dated April 19th, 2023, as presented by the business manager.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye. Thank you.
Okay, and we do need executive session tonight, so Gail, you can, for the last time.
I'll make a motion to go enter to executive session to discuss the bargaining position with personnel, it's okay, personnel that could be compromised if discussed in open session, and we will not return to open session. Meg?
Second.
Excuse me, roll call vote. Gail?
Yes.
Meg?
Yep.
Sam?
Yep.
Brooke?
Yes.
Myself, yes. That is a vote, so. Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Good night.
Night.